Welcome to the very first episode of Crick Wizard Draws, where I draw something and then we talk about it. In today's episode, we're going to talk about one of my most favorite things in the world, and that is the Phyrexian creatures from Magic the Gathering. Now, just to give you a little backstory on why I like them so much, I started playing Magic during the new Phyrexia cycle. So introduced a new mechanic. It was called Infect. It was a blast. You deal 10 Infect or 10 poison counters to your opponent, you win the game. So I enjoyed that. It was kind of like a way to mess around with the system, right? You didn't have to deal 20 damage. All you just have to deal 10. Everybody loves getting to the victory faster. So let's talk about the Phyrexians. The Phyrexians were created by this guy named Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth was he was a scientist, and he wanted to make perfect beings. Think of it as almost like a Dr. Frankenstein kind of thing. He wanted to put things where things shouldn't be put, and he wanted to take things that shouldn't be taken out. So he created the Phyrexians through germs and combining things and genetic material from wars and war prisoners, and it was awful. Bad. Actually, you know what? I probably shouldn't like the Phyrexian so much. Anyways, um, the Phyrexians were able to spread through a certain kind of oil. Now, this oil, the moment it touches you, it starts to infect. It's basically like a really bad STD, right? It gets in you, and it's damn near impossible to get rid of. And if it touches a plane, next thing you know, the whole damn plane's infected, right? The whole damn plane now was essentially the Magic the Gathering version of fucking syphilis. Nobody wants syphilis. Nobody wants any of that. And they even tell you, like, you can look it up. That plane is now infested. Well, if you got an STD, you're now infected. Oh, and there it is. We made it. We circled around. But why I also like them so much is that they have this really cool, like, language and script, or that's what it is, the script, right? That goes along with them. Now, one thing the Phyrexians started doing was they figured out a way to complete planeswalkers, right? Planeswalkers are supposed to be these almost godlike figures in the Magic the Gathering universe. And they were able to figure out a way in how to complete planeswalkers, which meant infect the shit out of them. They were like, we got it. We nailed it. We did it. So they infected a whole host of planeswalkers. They're base favorites, right? They had Nissa, they had Jace, some other ones nobody really cares about. It was a lot of them, right? So during this, they had to get rid of it somehow. So how do you get rid of it? How do you get rid of being infected with this glistening oil? Well, I'll tell you how it happens. There's a whole bunch of different ways. Like, there is multiple different ways that they're able to get rid of the Phyresis, whatever. Multiple planeswalkers had to use a specialized ritual to uncomplete and fully restore Ajani and Nissa. Nahari, and nobody knows the exact process for, it could have been anything, but Jace and Vraska, they had to go through a multi-step process, right? They didn't get so lucky. Jace had to use his psychic make no breathy abilities to basically protect their psyche, and then he had to fear their brains into giving them a permanent fever. And then his mom helped him by, like, swapping out organs and using the phoenix feather, but it was just a mess. I mean, but they got there. They got there. Well, we're getting to the end of this, and you can now see my little drawing of a baby no money, BB no dollar sign, using those Dragon Shield sleeves.